Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana hobby guy, and today I am in the laser lab and I'm playing with the fiber again. And as you can see, I'm starting to learn how to get this thing dialed in with the help of my friend Patrick. So if you watch my channel and you saw the last fiber video, I started working on these tiles for a friend of mine who wanted a turquoise color graphic and very light gray text, and I was able to dial this in, and I have been working on the rest of them this past week. I've been doing some more. I still have a bunch to go. I have 16 altogether to get done. But in the meanwhile, I've been working with Patrick, dialing in settings for different things like license plates in different colors, and that's like a brushed aluminum and all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to share with you today what I've learned, and you guys are joining me on the learning voyage here, because even though I've had a fiber laser for almost 2 years now, I've actually got three of them now. I really have never spent a whole lot of time. I have one particular file on the fiber laser in the other shop that I run, and that's it, just that one file over and over again. And I got the settings from someone else over about 2 years ago. So I really don't have a whole lot of experience. I have some experience now with the 20 watt, but now tonight we're using the 60 watt JPT MOPA. And I want to say thank you to Patrick. And actually, he is here tonight in the green room. So let me bring him in. And this is Patrick from Light Source Engraving. How you doing, Patrick, tonight? Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Rich. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Well, I want to thank you for all the help that you've been giving me with this new laser and getting me, I guess, interested in the fiber again. Because typically all I was doing, I was just doing like business cards and things like that with it. And
Yep.
This new JPT MOPA that I've got, well, it's a whole new ball game. There's just so much more that you can do with it. So thank you so much for all that.
Oh, you're welcome. Just like you had showed in your example products there, fiber can do a variety of materials. It's not just for metal. So that would be fun to show some of that off tonight.
Yeah. So tonight, I've got a bunch of stuff here that we're going to do for you. And let me just change the view here. All of this stuff we're going to do tonight. We're going to do the license plate on both sides. We're going to do the leather bottle opener. Patrick has got a silicone bottle opener. We're going to do that as well. We're going to do the slate tile. And who knows, in future videos, if y'all like this, we'll continue going with more materials. What do you say, Patrick?
Hey, it sounds good to me. There's plenty of stuff we can do.
All right, sounds good. So I was thinking that we should get started. Patrick and I have gotten together and put together a couple of these projects that we've got here. And so as not to take up too much time and just to have a relatively quick video, we decided to do the Lightburn files first in advance so that we're all ready to go, and it's not going to be a long and entailed video where you have to wait around, although most of these projects are really fast and easy. So I have got my business card Lightburn file loaded, and I think you have yours too, right, Patrick?
Yep, have the business card file loaded and ready to go.
So we're just going to jump into this today. We're not going to take a whole lot of time talking unless you have anything to say. We're just going to jump into it and get started and show you the demo and share the settings with you as well. Are you ready, Patrick?
Yep, I am ready to go. Let's get it started.
All right, let's get it started. So I'm going to jump over into Lightburn now, and I'll show you my settings.
And my settings are the same as yours because we're working off the same file.
Yes, sir.
This will be a good opportunity for people to see what having the exact same laser, same lens, same source, and pretty close to the same materials, and you can still get different results.
Exactly. So here we've got a fictitious business card that we've decided to make, Dr. Fiber Laser. And what we've done here on these layers, so the black layer is all of the text, as you can see there. And the blue layer is the graphic and this text over here. So, and I'll cover what that is in a moment. So on the black layer, we've got, now this is the JPT MOPA 60 watt. We've got the speed at 2000. We've got the max power at 30%. The frequency is at 50 and the Q pulse is at 200. We've set the line interval to 338 lines per inch, which is 0.0751, and just a 0 degree scan. So that's all we're going to do on that one. The blue layer, we're doing slightly different because we wanted to get a mirror finish on this. So we've got 1500 millimeters per second, a max power of 20%, infill mode with a frequency of 50, a Q pulse of 200. We're doing a cross hatch at a 45-degree angle and 846 lines per inch, or 0.30 line interval. So did I miss anything there, Patrick?
Nope, I think you covered everything.
Okay, so I am going to hit the start button on mine, and now I can switch over to, if I can switch to the right camera.
I did the same thing.
I'll switch over to that camera and grab this business card and go set it up.
I'm going to use my fancy little Lightburn keyboard. So I'm hit frame.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that keyboard. And
I'll have to make you one and send it to you.
I am not too worried about, getting it perfectly square. So I'm just going to run this job. Let me turn on my air first.
All right. When you say go, and I'll hit start.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. This is a 45-second job, by the way, on my laser. And just so that you know, Patrick and I are using the exact same laser. Although we very possibly could get different results.
Yep, we don't have the same business card, so that could play a factor.
Yes. So I've tested this already, and it's exactly 45 seconds. And we're just going to leave this in real time. I'm not going to speed anything up, and then I'll switch over into a different camera and show you the results on mine. All right, there we go. Mine's finished.
Yep, mine is too, and there it is.
And now we'll switch over, and you can see that we did get that mirror finish. I know it kind of looks a little blue in the camera. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. But that is a mirror finish in around the letters in the Burn to Learn, and the hair and the boots, and around the clipboard. And if you look really closely, that's like 1 millimeter text on the clipboard that says Burn to Learn. So let me see if I can maybe bring this a little, how close I can get it, or if I can show you the mirror finish. I actually have the wrong lighting to show you that, but it is a mirror finish.
It must be something with my lighting. My camera's not wanting to autofocus.
That's why I'm using that other camera. I knew mine wouldn't autofocus either, so I decided to switch over to that camera instead.
But this one, this one's autofocusing. At least you're able to see that.
Oh yeah, I see it. Patrick's camera did not, I mean, Patrick's business card did not come out exactly the same as mine. That's because we have two different manufacturers. Okay, so that was quick, easy, and fun. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the slate coaster. And Patrick, you want to share your settings on your Lightburn screen this time?
All right. We are going to be doing the Lightburn Dragon today and have 3 different settings to get
the Christmas Lightburn Dragon.
Yes, the Christmas Lightburn Dragon.
Yeah.
So 3 different settings to hopefully get 3 different shades on this slate. So the first layer, I can't remember. I think this was to get the white. And it's running a speed of 3,000, a power of 90, frequency of 50, Q pulse of 200, with a line interval of 0.1 millimeter, bidirectional fill, and a crosshatch. Then the next shade, this is to get a tan collar. Speed of 300, power of 90, frequency of 50, Q pulse of 200, line interval of 0.1, bidirectional fill, and it's just 1 pass, no crosshatch.
Okay.
I'm thinking cutting it in half with a laser would be satisfying.
That would be fun too.
At this point.
So go ahead.
There was one more shade, which no, that's not right. I'm not sure what that is. Frequency is wrong.
Okay, well, while he fixes that, I'll share my settings with you.
Yep.
So let me go to my cuts and layers. Mine is very basic. I've only got the teeth on another layer, but I'm doing the whole dragon on let's see, 3,000 millimeters per second, 44% power, 286 frequency, 200 Q pulse, and 0.03 for the line interval, which is 846 LPI. And I'm doing that in a 45-degree angle with a crosshatch. And then for the teeth, I'm pretty sure I did the teeth exactly the same. No, I did them slightly different. So 3,000, 80% power, a frequency of 100, a Q pulse of 200 with a crosshatch, and a lines per inch of 254, which that's wrong. I need to change that real quick. I'm going to change that to 500.
Yeah.
And that would be a 0.05. And the scan angle is 45.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
With my setting, it was the frequency had an extra 5 in it. So the third and final collar was a speed of 2,500, power of 65, interval of 0.05, Q pulse of 200, frequency of 50.
Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to get ready to run these jobs. I've got mine on the laser already, and I've already framed it up. And Patrick, are you ready?
Yep, mine is on the laser and ready to go.
I'm guessing that mine is going to go a lot faster than yours. So I will switch over to that other camera, and I'll hit the start button.
It's people are gonna have a hard time telling which laser's which, since we both have the same logo on our machines.
Yeah, that's true.
Like on the bed of the machine.
Yeah. So you can see the difference between my settings and Patrick's. Mine is taking a lot longer on each pass than his, but I did want a different color.
Yep. Hopefully these turn out. Looks like that is getting some tan. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going for white, and Patrick's going for tan. And hopefully I'll get a different color on those teeth. We're going to find out in a minute.
I should have a gray dragon, white surrounding it, and the tan on the Santa hat.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to get on those teeth, but it was just a wild guess. Patrick and I didn't collaborate on this particular one. Those teeth should be just a couple of seconds at the most. I love watching the fiber laser work.
It's watching it work on slate is always fascinating to me. It's so much fun.
Yep. And here comes my teeth. Let's see how long the teeth take. Oh, wait. What happened there? It's going for a third pass. I think I may have done something wrong on my cuts and settings. I put 3 passes in.
Oh, that's all right. I'll make it look better. Maybe.
I don't know. It might turn it like a gold or black color too. That 3 passes might be too much.
Turn out. There it goes. Hopefully it's going to lighten it up.
So I see a slight change going on. Let me put my glasses on and go take a look.
It looks like mine's not as light. It's not as much contrast as I'd hoped. That's okay. I'm just going to run the light pass again one more time and see how it goes.
Well, mine's looking pretty good.
That's what I was wanting. It's wanting that contrast. Lesson learned is don't move your piece until you're satisfied with it, because you can always go back and fix it, or at least make it look presentable.
Absolutely. And now we're coming on my final crosshatch. But the only thing that's changed is that it's gotten slightly a little off-white on that second one.
I'm going to turn on more lights here. Hopefully be able to see that a little better.
I don't think that running the 3 passes is going to make much of a difference, because all 3 passes are the same. Same power, speed, frequency, everything. So I don't think that's going to make a difference at all, really. I think I'm just killing time here.
Well, that gave me time to run the correct setting, and now you can see the contrast between the coaster and the dragon, and the tan and the Santa hat.
That flickering in your camera is going away. I'm wondering if that's just your main camera that's doing that.
Well, it's all coming through the ATEM, so any bottlenecks because of it. Now let me wipe this off, and we'll be able to show it to you.
Mine is still working here, but I'll put you up in big screen. Hang on one second.
Alrighty.
There we go. Oh, yeah, that looks nice. You did get the 3 colors.
Yeah, now I left the eye blank, basically, so it's black, and then the nice contrast in the coaster and the dragon, and then the tan on the Santa hat.
That looks really good. And I'm coming. There is one little spurt on that last pass. Let me switch over to my close-up camera so that I can put it right on there and you can see it. And here we go. So there is. Oh, let me get it in the middle, closer to the light. the teeth look in person exactly the same as the rest of it. So that looks the same to me.
At least on camera, it looks like they could be a little darker.
Let me do a close-up of both of them. So here's mine. So that I'll put it in full screen so that you can see it. And basically nothing happened between the end of the first crosshatch and the other two. Nothing else happened. And here is Patrick's. That's a nice look right there. I like that. Came out really nice.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
All right. So the next project that I think we're going to do is going to be the license plate. What do you think, Patrick?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Okay, so now that we've got that project finished, we're going to do this one next, which is the Burn to Learn license plate. So I'm going to do it in orange, like I have here, and Patrick is going to do it in white. I really like the white because it looks like it's brushed aluminum.
I like that font. I'm going to have to get that font.
Yeah, the the USA font or the American flag font.
Yep, I like it. It's cool.
That, for those of you that are interested in that, let me take a look and see what that is. That is Antic, ANTIC, AnticFont it's called. And it's got the word font in it. Yeah, AnticFont is the entire word. So
very cool.
I am going to go ahead and get mine started. Patrick, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the laser cam. And there we go. You can see that I've got it framed while we were off camera. And we are ready to go. And we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. And there I go.
Mine's obviously at a different angle than yours.
I think I did it at I'm going to put the settings up on the screen for people that want to know what the settings are. In mine, the settings on this job were all the same. It was 1000 speed, 35 power, frequency of 25, and Q pulse of 200 with 400 LPI. What was yours, Patrick?
I'm running the speed of 2000, power of 40, interval of 0.064, Q pulse of 200, frequency of 40.
Okay. So now you're going to see two different examples of the same job. And mine is just one pass and a 0-degree scan. I'll put those numbers up on the screen so that you guys can see it.
Mine should be one. I don't know how this got screwed up. But for some reason, it was running unidirectional and crosshatch. It should be bidirectional and no crosshatch.
Ah, okay.
It looks good, though, so far on that first pass. It's kind of like
something happened to my R and my N over there. See it? And again, I'm not going to touch this. I think I'm going to run another pass.
These painted license plates can be finicky. Sometimes the paint wants to peel off instead of burn off.
Yep, that's exactly what's happening there. So I am gonna it wants to burn off. I'm just gonna maybe run one more pass just to see what happens. So this one is looks like it's going to be a fail. Actually, you know what I can do? I can delete some of this stuff and just run the burn to learn. See if that solves the problem. I don't think it's gonna, because once it started to melt, that's probably going to be the end of that side for me. But you can still see how the rest of the plate came out.
Yeah,
So I guess what I would do differently, I mean, I've successfully burned this exact file at these settings with the orange plate already.
Yep.
And I guess what I would do different is I would increase the speed, lower the power, and do 2 passes to try and fix that problem. And it doesn't look like it's cleaning up that mess. I can see it on my monitor here.
Mine is taking.
It does look like it's cleaning it up on the R, but not on the N.
Mine's taking forever because it's running it unidirectional for some reason. I have no idea how that happened.
It's actually putting a nice white color on the rest of the burn to learn.
Yeah,
but I think I'm just the R and the N are maybe just a little too far out. And maybe my focus is slightly off. I don't know. It should be perfect. Anyway, I'm going to go with that and flip it over and do the other side and see what happens. But let me show you how this came out anyway.
All right, I'm going to clean mine off. Then maybe do the other side. Oh, that actually is pretty cool.
So that's how it came out right there. As you can see, the end over here, it just tried to melt it instead of actually taking off the coating. But one thing I found out from doing this, that's where Burn to Learn comes from, is that look at the difference between the word Louisiana, which is a silver sort of like brushed metal look, as compared to this, which got the second pass, which is a bright white. So now I've got some more settings from it. See the difference, the silver to the white? And it may not look white on your camera, but that is a big difference right there. I think I'm going to run the other side of this just to see what happens to the silver.
All right. I think I'll run the orange side of this. So there's the white side with that cool gray silverish color. So it looks good. All right. I'm going to hit start for side 2.
Oh, I forgot to turn on the other letters. I'll have to do that. I'll have to run those other letters separately. And I'm getting the same thing on this side. So maybe it's the plate itself. As you can see, I'm getting a good burn in the middle. But on either side, I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, it could just be maybe inconsistent spraying of the paint on the plates.
Yeah, could be the plate itself. I don't know. I mean, I've done several of these already. Came out perfectly.
Now it's like when you go to do a live stream.
Well, it just goes to show you material is all different, even if it's from the same place, same batch, which all these are.
All right, so that was one pass, and that looks pretty cool. I'm just going to leave it. It almost looks iridescent, like it's reflective.
Yeah, that did come out nice.
And it just goes to show with 2 exact lasers, almost the same settings, just the difference in material.
Yep, this one is a complete failure. You can see the R and the N did not the same thing, and the A up here had some anomalies there as well.
Well, when we were working on these, the situation was reversed. Mine was a complete failure, and yours looked perfect.
Yep, exactly. So you never know what's going to happen. Okay, so that one for me is a fail on the license plate, and hopefully we won't have any more failures. I'll have to run another plate after the video and find out exactly what happened there. I think I'm going to say it's more than likely that plate, because like I said, I've done about a half dozen of these plates already with these settings, and it was perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is a leather bottle opener. And Patrick, I think you're doing the
silicone.
Silicone, right? So
yep,
we're going to do
silicone wrap stand.
Leather and silicone. Okay, so next project is on the laser. That one was a fail. What can I say? Sometimes these things happen. But the next project is on my laser right now, and that is the leather bottle opener. And I'm hoping that this one comes out a little better. And over there on the right side, you can see there is Patrick's silicone, and we're going to run these at the same time. Actually, let me just talk about my settings real quick, and we'll get Patrick's too, and this way I'll put them up on the screen. So my settings are 1,000 millimeters a second, 10% power with a frequency of 200 and a Q pulse of 200. It's in fill mode. It's at 0.025 line interval, which is a little over 1,000 LPI, with a scan angle of 45 degrees in a crosshatch. And Patrick's are
3,000 speed, 100 frequency, 200 Q pulse, 50% power, line interval of 0.175. It's a bi-directional fill at a scan angle of 45, and I'm running 2 passes with an angle increment of 120 degrees.
And we're going to both start them at the same time. Are you ready, Patrick?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, start. Here we go.
I needed one more pass just to brighten it up. But there it is.
One little dark spot right off the bat that I can see.
And of course, I didn't have that framed up very well. My silicone thing had shifted. That's okay. Let's do it again. Real quick.
Again, the anomaly on mine is on the outer part. And I'm trying to look up close to this monitor here. My exhaust is not pulling because my exhaust is not pulling very well today because I can smell it. And I see it's not heading toward the exhaust.
I see that.
Oh, and I know why.
This silicone, instead of needing 2 passes with those settings, is needing 4 passes today.
Okay, so I have my blast gate open, closed. Now it's working. All right, so here comes the color on mine. It looks like it's working well. I hope. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Hang on, Patrick. We'll show them up close, side by side. I don't know what that little dark anomaly spot was on the corner. I guess it was part of the leather. And folks, I don't know if this is real leather or pleather, or I'm guessing it's probably not real leather because it doesn't smell very bad. When I had my blast gate closed, I got a bunch of that smoke in here. And
you'd know if it was real leather.
If it was real leather, I'd be coughing by now. So I'm guessing that this has got to be pleather. And now it's doing the YouTube logo. I think I've got my settings dialed in on this one. That looks pretty good. So let me switch over to the other camera real quick.
I thought you'd sent me that file, but I couldn't find it. So I just did what I had.
Now, the lighting in here is not going to show you what this really looks like. So let me tilt it a little bit and see if I can find a better way to show this. Actually,
YouTube fiber learning. I can see it.
I think if I zoom in a little bit, you can see that a little better.
Yeah, there you can see it.
So that'll give you a little better image to see. Let's see. I'll zoom out just a bit. Try and get this all in the picture. There we go. That's better. Even that little tiny trademark came out really good. So, all right, I'm going to switch to mine in full screen real quick. There's mine so that you can see it better.
Fibers do an amazing job on leatherette.
Yeah, really, this really came out very nice. And let's switch over to the silicone, and that's Patrick's.
Poorly framed and off center, but you get the picture.
And this is the guy that's teaching me, by the way.
I should have put my reading glasses on.
Yeah. So there are the two side by side, leather or pleather, I guess that is. Pretty sure that's pleather. I don't think that's leather. And then on the right side, you've got the silicone. The silicone looks really nice. I mean, I like that, the way that white came out.
Yep. If only it was centered, but that's what happens. You got to burn to learn how to get things centered.
So that's all that we're going to do tonight, folks. I hope that you all enjoyed this demonstration. And even the mistakes and all. I don't edit out mistakes because this is what burn to learn means. And by the way, that is a trademark. That is trademarked by Patrick and Light Source Engraving. And I do have permission to use it. So
yes, you do.
I've got it on my laser, which you can see here. I actually engraved it on the workbed, and I've got it on these little demonstrations that we did today. So Patrick, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. And I also want to thank you for your lessons and the settings and, you know, all that kind of stuff, because if I had to burn to learn, folks, let me tell you, this would be a very long process. It took me 6 months on that 20-watt Raycus I have next door to dial in settings just for a few different things. Just for, I think I have 6 or 7 settings. And
I have hundreds of hours in my fiber library. It takes a long time just sitting here and keep trying and trying.
And that's obvious from what you saw tonight. We only did one practice run on this. So just to make sure that we both had the same settings and all, and somehow we screwed that up. I don't know how that happened. Patrick, how'd you do that?
I don't know.
I screwed up 2 of my files, the coaster. Although I have to say that on the this came out tan. It actually did not come out white. So I have to go back and check my settings, because I did get a white color, and this one did not come out white. This came out tan. So which is not a bad look. I mean, I'm going to use it for a coaster here in the shop, but I would rather get the white color on it. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you, Patrick, for taking the time out of your busy schedule and coming on with me today.
Thank you for having me very much.
And thank you all for watching. And I appreciate it more than you can imagine. We're getting up there with the subscribers, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.